Last week, on Wayne Anderson, Singer of Songs, Orlando delivered some big news.
Good morning.
Good morning? You mean the Good Morning Show?
The auditions were a tactical misfire, and Orlando's position as Wayne's manager was thrown into jeopardy.
Is he the right manager for me, perhaps? Christian or maybe Glenn?
It's been 6 days since the auditions, and there's been a couple of changes, not the least of which is a mending of the rift between manager and singer.
I think everybody deserves a second chance, and after all, he's got a lot of good points. He really is a very, very good manager. And now, in fact, to maintain that, to make certain that that sort of shambles won't arise again, I've actually created an office for Orlando, close to mine. In fact, it's just out in the garage there.
He does like to keep tabs on me now that I'm here. I guess most of the calls I get in a day are from Wayne.
Having his office out in the garage means that I've got access to him. It's a lot more closely related, and I can keep an eye on him, and we can co-relate and communicate much easier. And this is the wire that connects my telephone to Orlando's telephone, and I'll just show you how it goes. I'll just follow it out. There it is there. And I used to have a Mitsubishi Mirage for 7 years. It was parked here, and it was wonderful. But now, of course, it's turned into the musical office for my manager, Orlando. It's spacious, and there's room for the nice little table there, another little table there for the phone. There's a step ladder there. So, as you can see, this is perfect for Orlando. And basically, I'm going to leave him to get on with what he does best, which is managing my career. And while he's getting on with managing me from here, I can go up to my office and do my work up here in my office.
Cheerio, Wayne. Things have been coming along pretty nicely. You know, it keeps the communication up between me and Wayne, which is really good. And I've gotten through a lot of work. I've got in Sky City. I've booked in with the entertainment officer, Barbara Lodge. So we'll be seeing her today. I've also actually knocked together a sponsorship proposal. Tomorrow morning we've got the aqua aerobics, which, you know, it's just icing on the cake of Wayne's fitness program. And yeah, even the car, it's all gone really well.
So while Orlando's out in the garage boosting my career, I'm here in my office doing my thing. And the thing I'm working on at the moment is something that I've actually done for the last 30 years or so. What it basically is we pick out one song and play all the different versions of that one song. In this case, it's You've Lost That Loving Feeling, and there's 18 different versions of that song. So the idea is to guess who's singing it and then score it out of 10 points, 10 being perfect, 0 being no good at all. If you don't know the song, you certainly will by the time you've heard 18 versions in a row.
With only 3 days till Wayne's performance on Good Morning, Orlando plans to capitalise on the publicity and end their national tour with a gig at Auckland's premier venue, Sky City.
Goldfinger!
James Bond.
James Bond, that's right.
This is where the tour is going to end, you know, the bright lights.
Culmination.
Yeah.
The climax.
This one is big time, Wayne. We have to really present a professional aura.
Well, the first thing you can do is tuck your shirt in. Gordon Mills certainly looked good when he managed Engelbert Humperdinck and Tom Jones. He looked like them. As my manager, you're supposed to be reflecting me in my image. Shirt tucked in, clean shaven, and hair combed neatly rather than in your face and that sort of thing. Anyway, so what's the Barbara? What is she?
Yeah, she's the person. She's like the entertainment officer here.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
I'm Barbara Lodge, theatre manager. Nice to meet you.
I'm Orlando Stewart.
Good to meet you, Orlando.
This is
Hello,
Wayne.
Barbara. Wayne Anderson.
Hi, good to meet you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Nice to see you here.
Oh, thank you. Wayne's going on a nationwide tour.
Right.
It's taking in, you know, all the major towns. And this will be like the jewel in the crown. And what we want to do is record an album here. So I've got a few things that I need to know. How much?
$2,500 just
for the venue. Depending on how you'd like your lights set up or how much equipment you need, then those are additional charges.
Would we be looking at any support acts for me, or would I just go on?
That would be your choice. If anybody that you feel is complimentary that you'd like to invite to be part of the show.
Basically just don't want anyone else, just myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we have a look around?
Absolutely.
I'd like to have a look.
Show you around backstage and show you the stage.
Look forward to that.
Sure. There's the man himself.
John Rolls.
All right. My favourite New Zealand artist. Fantastic.
Your poster will be right up there next to it, Wayne.
Yes.
Yes, we can use this one.
Wow.
Would you be comfortable in here, Wayne?
This looks excellent, actually. In fact, I think this might be the very room that John Rolls used last time I saw him.
Could be. We do have several style dressing rooms, but...
I love all his songs. Tanya, our song will go on forever. Tanya, this song is for you.
The greatest voice in Manurewa. And what about a rider? You know, like if you could provide a hot pie.
Yes, I like pies. Often I like to put hot spaghetti over it or baked beans. I like sauce, but unfortunately sauce is cold, and I like my food piping hot. Unfortunately, if you put sauce on it, it tends to cool it down. In fact, I even like to run the plate underneath the hot tap, particularly in winter weather, because when you put the hot meal on it, it can actually cool it down. So yeah, nice piping hot pie with spaghetti or baked beans over the top of it is probably preferable to sauce, actually.
We'll try and accommodate your very special request.
Okay, and what about the stage then?
Well, should we go and have a look?
Yeah.
Well, she's all you'd ever want. She's the kind I'd like to flaunt and take to dinner. She's a lady. Whoa, 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 she's a lady. Talking about that little lady, and the lady is mine.
Very good. Shall we go front of house and show you from the auditorium side?
Yes, that would be great. Val Dunican was here, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Because I've seen Val Dunican twice, and
Yes,
I'm...
he was.
Wayne, you
Gently
stand up
rise.
here.
Memory all alone in the moonlight.
Clear as a bell from up here, Wayne.
Fantastic. Well, I can sing loud enough if you need.
Coming up after the break, Wayne and Orlando form a ticketing strategy for the biggest gig of his career.
700 tickets, which isn't really that many.
And the training regime hits full throttle.
Dig it in, dig it in.
The sun beats down on the city of sails as Wayne ensures the theatre meets his standards.
Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no! That's even higher.
With the theatre meeting Wayne's stringent criteria, it's time to get down to the nuts and bolts of the deal.
So what I've got here is the Sky City Auditorium contract. And if you want to move ahead, then we'd ask you to sign one of these to confirm your time in the theatre.
Excellent.
These are the 700 seats.
If we sold 700 tickets at $5 a ticket, that's $3,500.
But that's just the theatre hire, so there's also the cost of the crew.
Yeah, I'd recommend
Yeah.
probably $10 at least a ticket.
Will there be different prices for, like you said, maybe VIPs?
Maybe a price for seniors that may be lower. And then there's wheelchair, but we don't actually...
You don't count
those
the
on
wheelchair
sales.
places. If no one in a wheelchair turns up, can we just sit people in those spaces?
No.
Absolutely.
So we look for a deposit on the contract for 50%.
Yeah.
And a share of the merchandising. So we look for a percentage of that depending on what you're selling.
So 10%?
15%.
15%. Okay. Deal.
Thank you.
Thanks, Barbara.
Thank you, Wayne. A pleasure.
You know, Barbara says that 700 tickets, which isn't really that many. You know, we got 30 already with just Elmwood alone.
Right.
You know, so that's easy. That just leaves 670.
Right.
674 if you include wheelchairs.
Yep.
With the national tour due to start in 2 days, Wayne's intensive training regime reaches its final stages at the Manukau Swim Centre.
Standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by. It's good to be in shape for when I go on Good Morning. So I've been doing some exercises, not only vocal exercise, but physical exercises like press-ups and a little bit of swimming and stuff like that. Unlike the younger bands today that don't really worry about that sort of thing. They're usually spaced out on drugs and stuff like that, but I don't take any drugs. I'm totally drug-free. And that's the best way to be.
They'll just run you through the exercise regimes, make sure you're in shape for Good Morning. When was the last time you went swimming?
Years ago. We used to go to the Miranda hot pools, and we used to go to the beach, and I can swim, I can, but it's not the sort of thing I specialise in,
No, well, you're a singer, not a swimmer.
Yeah. But it is good exercise, that's sort of...
Good for the lungs.
Lungs, yeah. Well, I've got the chest, you see, for them.
Yeah, man, you've got a barrel chest, don't you?
Well, most singers do. Most good singers, they have large chests, so that they can hold their notes, and the diaphragm is always, completely hard,
Basic stretches, just warming up, okay? So we're just shaking up your hands.
You're winning, Wayne. Coming first.
I like it. Okay, Wayne, good stuff, mate. Pull it out, mate. Dig it in. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bloody Orlando getting me to do these things.
How was that, Wayne?
Very good. Nice to be in the water. I haven't been in the water for a long time.
Yeah?
Cool, clear water.
You feeling good for Wellington?
I feel good. Yeah. As I said, it's worked some of the muscles that I haven't worked for a while.
Yeah. And then
So
they're good for the lung capacity?
Yeah.
Have you got a towel?
Okay, what's next?
Well, I thought we'd head off to our meeting now with the sponsors, see if we can rustle up some cash for the tour.
Right.
Coming up after the break, Wayne and Orlando pitch an idea to potential sponsors.
Modern music is okay. Yeah, right. Not.
And the team enjoy a final dinner together before travelling to Wellington.
I really think my purpose is to educate these young wankers as to what real good music is.
Arriving early for their meeting at Tui's, Wayne and Orlando have time to formulate a foolproof sponsorship pitch.
Hi.
We're here to see Jared. Got an appointment? Cool. You know the Yeah Right billboards, the Tui billboards? So basically it's a simple concept. Modern music is okay. Yeah, right. Sarcastic.
I'm just wondering if that statement might be a little bit ambiguous. It might be taken the wrong way. Modern music is okay. Yeah, right. Instead of being direct and saying something like modern music sucks. Modern music is okay. It's not, is it?
And I think the least we could ask for is 300. I wouldn't go.
300 would be
I wouldn't go any lower.
Bare minimum. Yeah.
Bare minimum.
I would have thought more, but yeah.
What would you think?
Well, I would say more like 450.
I'll go as low as 300.
Right. I wouldn't go any lower than that.
No. I think if they, that would be cheeky if they tried to go lower than that. And I would say no. We'll go somewhere else.
Right.
Thank you for your time. Thanks for having the meeting. But fuck you, basically. Yeah. Yes, you must be Jared.
Jared.
Hey, good to see you.
This is Nick as well.
Hey, Nick. Nice to meet you. This is Wayne.
Wayne Anderson.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I've been managing Wayne for the last couple of years. He's, like the best singer in Manurewa, perhaps the best singer in South Auckland even.
Well, sorry to cut in. Can I sort of ask what you guys are sort of coming here for? Because
Well, we've got more than a voice. We've got a concept.
you got a concept.
We've got a concept that we think dovetails nicely in with your brand, which is basically modern music is okay. Yeah, right.
Not.
Yeah, exact. Not. Yeah. My idea was to dovetail directly in with your pre-existing campaign, the kind of Yeah Right campaign. But Wayne had another.
Yeah, so
More direct.
more directly, just saying that modern music is rubbish.
Like, we've got to be straight up with you, so we're not sort of looking like we're leading you astray.
Well, hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. Young drinkers, they aren't very good at it. We're thinking an older audience, hardened drinkers.
Tom Jones used to say it takes a man to be able to sink his pints. Stand up at the bar like a man and drink your beer, your tuis, or whatever it is, which is a manly thing to do, rather than sit in the corner and
Sniff glue.
Sniff glue, and that's what the modern people
You
do.
want drinkers who can drink a lot.
To be,
you
to
don't
be straight
want...
up with you, as we
We've
like to
got to
say.
be responsible. We've got to show that we're responsible.
Fair enough.
And,
Which is all the
our,
more
our
reason.
vision is to be responsible as well. We don't want to endorse excessive drinking.
I actually agree with you, and that's another reason why Tom Jones is fantastic, because he promotes having a good time with a few beers, not drunkenness.
Which, brings me to my second point. Wayne is going to be performing on Good Morning, and that's a huge audience. People are either rung in sick to work or they're unemployed, which is probably, I'd say, at least half of New Zealand.
Housewives or maybe retired people, perhaps.
You know?
You probably nailed it on the head. Housewives and retired people sort of watch it. It's not our target audience.
Yeah, I mean, and we have other platforms we could do. We've got a couple of gigs, one in Welly, one in Rota Vegas, and we're going to be, we can have you, maybe a sign up, modern music is great, yeah, right, behind Wayne. Or maybe Wayne's idea of modern music sucks, or modern.
It's rubbish, yeah.
And there's a gig at Sky City, and we're thinking, you can sell your beer there.
Again, we're probably not on the same page here looking from
We're
a
only
brand
asking
fit.
for $450. It's not a lot of money. We'll go down to 300.
I'm sure we can contribute in some way. We'll have a thought about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, here.
I'll give you my business card.
Have you
Right.
got your cards, Wayne?
I've got my card here I can give you.
Here we go. Here's.
Thank you very much, Wayne.
Cheers, mate. Could I grab one of those as well?
Yeah.
Do you, Wayne?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, they're the same cards.
Oh, they're the same card. I've
that's
already
right.
That's
got
the
one.
one,
Cheers,
yeah.
mate.
A sexy singer of songs.
Wayne Anderson.
It's pretty unbelievable. We haven't met many pictures like that towards us.
Sort of got us a little bit intrigued when he starts dissing or slating our target audience, and then comes out with a completely different target that a beer brand would really want to go for. A man whose perception that half of New Zealand's unemployed sort of certainly intrigues me.
The opening line was 450 and it just got straight down to 300. We didn't even interject.
Sorry, we won't be able to sponsor you the dollars, but we thought we'd give you some beers as compensate, and a few t-shirts and hats from Tui.
These are pretty cool. Do
Right.
they go
Well, they
up,
keep
or-
your ears warm when you're going for your runs in the morning.
That's excellent.
And
That's
some
much.
beers to put in the fridge. So
appreciated.
drink those in moderation, please, Wayne.
I don't know how I feel. I've sort of gone flat now. Like the morning was great with the swimming and everything like that, but the spark's sort of gone out of it now because it's 2:15 in the afternoon and we're looking at $450, and now they're sort of having a whip around for 100, and I don't even know whether I'll be getting that. And I don't drink beer, so we've got a case of beer, but there's some stupid-looking bloody hats, which is going to, make me look like Noddy rather than Tom Jones. So
It's a disappointing end to a day of hard work, and Orlando and Wayne decide a hearty meal with the management team will help put the focus firmly on the tour and Wayne's Good Morning performance.
5 fish cakes, 5 potato fritters, and $2 worth of chips, and just knife on the order, well cooked.
Well cooked. And do you have sauce at home?
Yes. Thank you very much.
First meal in the new office?
Yeah, first meal in the new office. Fantastic. So this is basically the last meal that we're going to have before we go.
Wow.
I asked for it to be well done, you see, but
This may well be the best fish and chips that you can acquire in Manurewa.
I thought you'd think that.
The fish cakes they've got beautiful potato and
Fish cakes. Homemade fish cakes are beautiful. And as you can see, it's golden brown because I always ask for our food to be well done. It's got to be piping hot and well done. That's why it's so beautiful. It was Wayne Anderson that decided what we were going to have.
Wellington is the best venue for your gig, and it's near the sea too. Wellington,
that's right.
yes, yes.
And also centrepiece for art.
Hopefully we'll be able to take in a bit of the art while we're there.
The artwork in Manuree was not that good, really.
It's mainly graffiti around here, isn't it?
I consider it more sophisticated and more cultured in the Wellington scene.
I'm looking forward to getting out of Auckland and going to a different city, you know, just for a change.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be interested to see what Rotorua and Hamilton are like as well.
That's right. The overall tour includes Hamilton, Rotorua and Wellington.
Yeah, are there any good singers from Hamilton?
No, I don't know of any local singers that are worth mentioning. In fact, there's very few good singers in New Zealand. There's only myself, John Rawls and Eddie Lowe, basically. Buddy Walters, perhaps. Howard Morrison's not actually all he's cracked up to be, but...
We've got this chance now to go to Wellington and actually make a difference.
Absolutely. I really think my purpose is to educate these young wankers as to what real good music is. I'm looking forward to doing it. It'll make a difference. I will make a difference.
You will make a difference.
Next week on Wayne Anderson, singer of songs. Wayne's in Wellington for the Good Morning Show.
In the avenues and alleyways.
Wayne tries to enlist political heavyweights in his musical plans.
Music's gone downhill after 1977 when Elvis Presley died.
And the celebrated Wellington art scene comes under scrutiny.
Well, Linda, is this just a pile of bloody wood, or is this art? It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone.